TV Corner.
Hey guys, we're back with another Filmcore TV Corner Game of Thrones podcast. This week we are covering Season 7, Episode 6's Beyond the Wall. I'm joined again by TJ and Lulu.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Now I know there are some things that we want to talk about like right away, but let's put those things on ice and let's cover our B-string storyline first. We're going to head up on over to Winterfell, where Arya is being annoying as fuck. Long story short, Arya is still really holding Sansa accountable for a letter she wrote like 1,000 years ago. It's like if someone finds your old Zanga and like reads your entries from high school, like come on. So yeah, she won't let it go, and she insists that if she had been in Sansa's position, she wouldn't have written that letter to Robb, which I don't know what you guys thought about that.
I felt like Arya is kind of a little bit too in her feeling. I don't know if she hasn't seen any family in so many years. It seems strange that she's already so accusatory when she just makes it back to see them for the first time.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like there was no moment for her where she felt any joy of reuniting with her family. She was, I'm like, is Sansa in her list of people she wants to kill? Because that's how she's treating her sister.
Maybe it'll look different when Jon gets back.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that'll soften her up a bit. But for now, I don't know if I really like Arya the way she is.
Yeah, I mean, her character likability has definitely like hit a nosedive hard. Honestly, at this point, I feel like if Jon came, she'd be like, "Well, why didn't you go save everyone else?" Like, you know, like what are we doing now?
Nobody's gonna be good enough. You know, she has like these standards, and I don't know. It's all like coulda, shoulda, woulda. At that point, like it's just running on hypotheses, and
the thing is
incredibly self-righteous too, right?
Yeah, really self-righteous. Nobody likes that.
I mean, do you guys think that if Sansa had been in the same position as Arya, that she would have, you know, trained and defeated the Waif? Because to be honest, it's kind of bullshit for Arya to be like, well, you wouldn't have survived what I went through, when she got trained to survive it. Like, Sansa didn't get any training to be like assaulted by Ramsay and like go through all the things she went through. She just like had to wing it the whole way.
She would have needed extreme psychological training. Jumping through hoops. With her mind.
I mean, I would even say that Arya had it easy. Like for the longest time, she had the Hound. You know, like,
that's true.
And Sansa was, you know, held hostage by the Lannisters.
Almost completely alone the entire time.
That's true, because Arya did have immediately she gets taken, she gets disguised as a boy, she meets Gendry and Hot Pie, she has to be at Harrenhal, and where she meets Tywin Lannister. And really, things are awkward, but to be honest, things don't really get hard for her until she really gets to Braavos, where they only get hard because she agreed to train. Yeah. So, I mean, like, what...
You signed up for that.
Yeah. So it is really unfair for her to make those kind of...
Really?
Pass that judgment,
Arya was kind of making her dreams come true to become a warrior. Sansa was, like... in the shit. Living Like, none of that was anything Sansa wanted to do.
She's like, I wanted to be queen, but I definitely didn't want it
this way. Yeah. Well, then, of course, we have Littlefinger, who's absolutely loving this division, or this not division.
Rift.
This rift that's really occurring between Sansa and Arya, and basically he slyly puts into Sansa's mind, like, you know, well, you still have Brienne, so don't worry, you're protected from Arya. But then they conveniently get a letter from Cersei saying that she wants, you know, basically to talk to Sansa about making some sort of truce. Of course, Sansa's smart enough not to actually go herself, but she decides to send Brienne.
Bad idea. I feel like every time they push that woman away, shit happens. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just assume it's not gonna be good having Brienne away.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I wonder if the letter is even authentic at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, the Maester, I think, did give it to her. So, I mean, we can maybe assume that it was. But regardless, I think Sansa should definitely be keeping Brienne closer.
Yeah, Brienne needs to hang around. She's like her own personal hound. You know, that's Sansa's version of the hound. And, like, just this having that protector is probably going to be key in coming events. I don't know. I don't think things are going to be safe for Sansa for very long, you know?
Well, yeah, especially because she goes snooping into Arya's room and discovers those Halloween mask faces. That was actually a weird art direction choice, but how else do you show faces? I don't know. I don't know really another way to do it.
Yeah.
And then Arya just acts super fucking creepy about it.
It's so strange. They're like Halloween masks, but there's like a magical element where you literally become that person. Like,
Yeah.
like you speak with the voice. You like your mannerisms change. You're
You get-
acted by a different person.
You gain height.
You're acted by a different person.
You, you become taller.
I mean,
Yeah.
do you guys think that Arya would ever really kill Sansa?
No, I don't think that was ever going to be a danger for Sansa. I think Arya wanted to scare Sansa
Yeah.
for sure, but I think at the same time she just wants to put in her mind like you better be careful, you know, like just kind of a warning.
Yeah, I think she definitely was like just trying to be a brat
I could
to her.
come back here and kill you if I wanted to.
I mean, but she did mention, I mean, what's even more important, I think, than the threat of physical harm from Arya is the fact that Arya said, what if I showed it to the other lords?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how would they feel? How would they react to this?
Yeah, Arya just is not thinking straight, I think. Like, this is...
Yeah, you really want to fuck over your own family?
Yeah.
Well, this would
it's
really,
like-
this
this
would
is-
also directly hurt Arya. Like,
yeah.
you think because your sister's not cool anymore that you're gonna let you hang out? No one likes you.
Yeah.
Like, if
You
anything,
have no friends.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just really don't. Arya, again, she likes to think that she knows it all, but really she knows nothing about when it comes to politics and strategy.
Maybe it's that typical, like, teenager thing, you know, that people are just
Yeah.
terrible at writing teenagers, and they're just always so angsty and
Yeah.
annoying and know-it-all, and that's what Arya is going through, is, like, growing pains.
That's true. Every teenager's always like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see how this resolves. I mean, I really hope that we just end this after what just happened during the rest of this episode. I really don't think that we have time for any of this like mortal conflict, especially on this level.
Mm.
Like maybe we can still like have our thing with Dany and Cersei, but at this point, seeing Starks argue is just we don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
So I want them to really wrap this up.
I just want a happy ending for that family. Well, not a
One
happy
W.
ending,
One
but
W
like
for
just
the
one.
Starks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly, was I the only one who felt like her walking out of the room at the end when she handed her the dagger, the cat's paw dagger? That felt really final. Like she was like literally walking and just kept walking out of Winterfell. Like she's
wow.
still there. Like I just felt like she was leaving. You know, like. But maybe I was wrong. But that's the immediate feeling I got. Maybe that was just the end of the conversation. She was just going to dinner, but I felt like there was nothing more to say. Like I want to threaten to kill you. Not going to kill you. Hand you this dagger, and I'm back off on my own.
What I think is a great point is that how she did hand her the dagger. I mean, that dagger definitely keeps coming up. It's going to be important later on to the story for sure. I mean, obviously it already is. And maybe Sansa is going to have more physical agency because Arya, in a way, gave her the dagger. She gave her the power to act. So maybe we'll get to see Sansa use against Littlefinger later. Or maybe against her own sister. Who knows?
Yeah, she's choosing not to use the fear. You know, maybe go with anger this time.
Yeah. Well, let's get to what we really want to talk about.
Meat and potatoes.
Fucking Eastwatch.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, we open with our favorite chilly buddy comedy on the tundra of the north. We enjoy some fucking awesome lighthearted banter between all of them. TJ, you mentioned just one conversation at a time.
They seem to have a rule, like one conversation at a time. Nobody else is talking. If these people, I thought it was kind of weird, but also really funny to watch.
Yeah, and what I like about them is like all these characters have history with each other, but like so it's seeing them interact again, like seeing Gendry still being pissed at like Thoros and Beric about like giving him to
Kinky sex.
Melisandre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like awesome.
For some kinky sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to loosen up, man. Enjoy yourself.
And then also we just had our other randoms kind of hanging out that we didn't get to know, but proved to just be sort of like cannon fodder later for the for the various enemies that we face.
You don't even get a face from them. You just get their eyes and like
They're the only people.
Looks of terror.
They're literally the only people wearing hoods in this entire episode. Like that's how much you don't need to know.
You got paid very little money to die on this show.
I mean, this entire episode was probably my favorite episode of the series. Maybe aside from the Red Wedding, but this was awesome.
Red Wedding as a favorite?
Yeah, favorably awesome, tragic, gruesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this episode we got
Traumatic.
fucking like a White Walker polar bears. That was insane.
I gotta say this. I thought everything was coming to a head too quickly, and I don't. Maybe it's me being nostalgic of what it was in the past, but I was like, this is too much. All it was, like, dragons. And then, like, there's so many elements of
on
that
this
show.
episode, you're saying?
Yeah, there's...
This season.
Yeah,
the season,
this
yeah.
season itself.
You kind of missed the slow burn.
Besides
Yeah.
the big death this episode, I thought, like, this was... this whole episode was kind of smaller in scale, refreshingly smaller in scale compared to the other episodes, because the other ones were kind of like, there are big plot points happening in each one. But this one just seemed like there was, a little bit smaller scale where maybe not everything is as important as happening up until obviously the final scene. But it seemed like, you just had this quest going on to do this thing, and maybe it's just a trial for everybody to go through. I felt it was refreshingly small.
Well, you said
scale.
you wanted a bottle episode, and we almost got that.
Yeah, we did. Other than the Winterfell stuff. And Arya being annoying.
I think they were like, how much do we want to see them walk through the snow for an hour? Like, probably not that much. So we gotta pad it with something,
Yeah. I think it was just, there was just too many satisfying moments, you know what I mean? Like, there was like that dragon, I don't know. But I can see why they're doing it this way, because it's almost ending and they have to like wrap it up. And I guess that's what it felt like,
Yeah,
it was just
you're setting a much bigger stage right now.
Yeah.
Next season is all feature-length episodes.
Well, let's break down their plan. So essentially, they wanted to go and just capture a white to bring it back. As they're trotting along, they happen upon the White Walker polar bear, which does kill Thoros of Myr, but initially he just kind of revenant mauls him. And then they keep walking, and they happen upon a small group of White Walkers and one White Walker and with other whites. And they take him out surprisingly well. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to go this easy. It just seemed too perfect.
It was so convenient to have one left,
Yeah. Just like, oh, look, we did it, guys. We just walked back. And as soon as John turns and you just see all that cloud of snow, like, forming for everyone, like, running back.
Stop hesitating. You gotta run.
Yeah, just run. And there's, like, a lot of flaws. Like, why were they not on horses? Like, why? Like,
right.
What was
Maybe
that?
horses wouldn't be surviving in that climate up there.
Cold Hands has a horse.
Oh yeah, you're right. I thought that might be like a dead horse or something.
I don't think it is. Is it a dead horse? I don't think so.
No, it's a
live horse.
It's a live horse.
I mean,
that's.
Could you take an undead horse?
Well, I'm just saying, like, at least maybe they thought the horses would attract attention, but I'm like, park a horse a little bit further back. Circle back to it, because they seem to have, like, what was the escape plan? We're just gonna walk back to Eastwatch,
carry an undead soldier back to the wall.
Yeah, I just don't really see that working for sure.
But how awesome was the scene with them on the rock on the lake? Like that retreat and like the hold on the rock while everybody was gathered around him.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So as soon as they see the cloud of walkers running towards them, they run upon this rock in the middle of this, like, I guess it was a pond. It seems deeper than a pond, a small lake. And it saved them. Why do you guys think whites can't, like, swim? Because they seem to be doing everything else with a lot of dexterity. Like, they hold swords, they, like, pull chains, which we'll talk about later. They, like, even tried to rescue the other white they captured. So, like, I don't understand, like, why they can't swim.
Well,
they're not dumb.
I believe it's because they have, like, a bunch of, like, holes. Like, their bodies are just disintegrating and they can't keep buoyancy or like float. They're just like sinking ships.
Yeah, no buoyancy. They have no skin on their bones, no fat.
Yeah, because they don't die in there. They just kind of just float around into nothingness.
Like most of them are like skeletons, you know, like especially
Maybe that's
the one that they chug the
terror.
rock.
The
Yeah.
real terror is they just float around in the water and they can't get back up.
I mean, I was a little disappointed in some people's fighting performances, to be honest.
Oh yeah, the hound.
Whoa, yeah, the hound. Well, the hound completely choking in front of that flaming dead polar bear, which I don't blame him. Honestly,
Yeah.
fuck it. Like,
The most
this is
terrifying thing you could ever imagine: an undead polar bear, flaming undead polar bear.
Yeah, he always had problem with fire, and yeah, it's just like that moment, you know, it's just like you gotta get over it, buddy. Like I don't know what to say to you.
That's the thing. Thoreau saved his life, and then he couldn't return the favor because he was too afraid.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely felt the hound definitely fucked up a few times between like not saving Thoros from being mauled, him throwing that rock and helping everyone realize the water was frozen.
Was he bored?
Just being a dick.
Was he
just being a dick nonstop.
It's like I'm
He's
so
very
bored.
mean.
Yeah.
He's got sad eyes.
No. Well, Tormund like really sold me as one of my favorite characters, especially this episode, and so I'm really grateful that the Hound came through for him. Because that was like tragic. If he would have died the way he was looking to die,
well, he
that
gave
moment,
his whole speech when you think a character is gonna die. He's like talking about his future with Brienne, about the kids they're gonna have, and like, oh fuck, he's dead. The second you start feeling that way in Game of Thrones, you think things are working out, you're dead.
They almost killed him. Yeah, they
when they sent Gendry off to run back to Eastwatch, I was like, God damn it, he's rowing again. We're never gonna see him until next season.
and they couldn't even give him a knife.
Yeah, it's just like Jesus. He's like, run without the hammer. Okay, cool. Like, give him a tiny dagger, something. But I mean, I'm glad he made it. We got that one Davos line the entire episode.
Yeah.
This is awesome. And Dany goes out to save them, and the coolest coat I've ever seen in my life.
And and they're
Imagine if the Hound hadn't thrown those rocks. They would have just been standing there on the shore for another
Chilling.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it would just been a clean up for Dany when she arrived. Just like fly around in a circle and burn everybody, and then let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I wish John had just gotten on immediately. They probably would have been okay, but whatever.
I hope they talk about this. Like, talk to the Hound about it. Like, yo, you know how you fucked up, right? I think maybe they should have a conversation.
I mean, honestly, my favorite... I mean, there's a lot of favorite parts I had in this episode, but really definitely still just them standing on the rock. It's like you mentioned, TJ, just waiting in the cold while everyone's just all these whites are just creepily are surrounding them, just patiently waiting, just unmoving. It's so crazy, so tense. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And they're just catching Z's. It's wow.
I mean,
it's pretty hard for a bunch of guys who hadn't eaten or slept in a couple days, though. I was pretty impressed by that.
You think it was a couple days?
I mean, it was at least a day, right?
How fast do you think that Raven flew?
Seriously.
That's a real MVP of this fucking episode, that Raven. Whatever Raven they sent.
They sent the Olympian.
Yeah. Usain Bolt of Ravens. He was just leaning out with his wing back like it was a baton, just ready to take this fucking scroll to Dragonstone.
Go.
I mean, okay, so let's get to the real. I think the biggest thing in this episode was the resurrected dragon.
The murdered dragon. And
the Michelle Williams.
The Michelle Williams of the Destiny's Child trio. Yeah, it definitely was not. It was not Drogon, who's our Beyonce. But
it was definitely, I think it was Kelly Rowland, because now she's going off on her own. This dragon. Doing her own thing.
Yeah, but this dragon was reborn like the gospel singer that Michelle has become.
You're right.
Yeah.
So we have to double check what dragon it is. I don't think that won't be confirmed. I couldn't really tell based on the color. I mean, it was the grading they had on this episode. It was hard to make out which one it was, but I hope it was Viserys because
we hate him.
Yeah, because we all hated him.
We hated Viserys, his namesake. I don't know if we hated the dragon.
Yeah, it wasn't Dragon's fault. This was a poor name choice.
Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tragic though. did he spear that thing right in the jugular? It lit a fountain of blood. Like
he caught that thing hard.
I don't know. It seemed like it was like such a big cut, like that went like from his neck to his like belly.
I mean, he definitely meant business when the Night King meant business when he threw it. I mean,
about Olympians.
Yeah,
and clearly their daggers are special because we've seen like other like well, I guess the other scorpion crossbow did hurt Drogon, but I mean that thing just destroyed.
Yeah. No, those ice weapons are serious, but they're like magic because they can shatter steel. Like,
wow,
the things that they can do with those weapons. Yeah, the resonance just from them vibrating is like piercing. So it's like, what are those things made of other than ice? It's crazy. It's ice and magic.
I'm a little worried about the stakes now with the like the White Walkers having an ice dragon. Just because it kind of already felt like everything was just so weighted heavily on their side, you know? And if anything, the dragons didn't feel like we automatically won. It just kind of felt like we balanced the playing field a little bit.
Yeah.
And now again, it just feels extremely lopsided. Like now they have like an ice dragon. Is this thing going to breathe ice? Is it going to be flying all over Westeros?
Not only do they have an ice dragon, but they have White Walkers with arms a lot better than the catapults that created to kill them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, also
and the aim is ridiculous. Like moving target.
Definitely not a stormtrooper.
Right. One shot kill.
What do you guys think as far as like as far as defense, like for the rest of Westeros, like what is the game plan?
I hope that they've mined enough obsidian to create an army with weapons that can handle this. Because what we also found out this episode is that if you kill a White Walker, then you kill all of the people they've turned.
Like a sire.
And they've said explicitly, like, if you kill the Night King, you kill all of them. So really, it doesn't have to be an all-out battle on a battlefield style like everybody's used to. There can be some espionage involved, a clever plan, and kill the Night King and put all this to rest, you know? So that's important. I think that balances the playing field a lot more than having the dragons did in the original. Because you can kill as many as you wanted, but they can kill them. They can resurrect all the people they killed and just recruit more, you know?
Yeah. I mean, do you think there's been a lot of foreshadowing that it's actually going to be Jon who battles the Night King. I mean, it's looking like it's going to be that way, but do you guys think that's going to change? Like, do you think it's going to end with Jon?
It was going to be Bran. Bran is the only one who makes eye contact with the Night King on a regular basis, it seems. Third eye contact.
I wonder if Bran can, like, war against the Ice Dragon. Probably not, because it's not, like, alive.
Whoa, that would be dope. Yeah, you're right. It's probably not running off of brain power. I think that's what Bran does. He's like, they're just puppets, right?
Yeah, she's autopiloted.
All the walkers are puppets, right?
The thing is, too, like, I mean, I think that if I'm going to make some predictions right now, I really think that that Ice Dragon's going to be the reason they bring down the wall. Which seems weird, because, like, if it's just blowing more ice, wouldn't that help the wall?
Maybe you can make a giant ice ramp up the stairs.
Just make ice steps.
Giant ice. He's going to breathe an ice staircase all the way up to the top of the wall.
I mean, or maybe he does breathe fire. I mean, we really don't know. I mean, I think it could go either way. Some kind of like blue flame would be cool too, but
yeah, I don't know if there's like an actual science to this. So like maybe it's just a magic thing. Well, now he's ice type instead of fire type. So he's fire or ice now. How bad would an ice breathing dragon be? What could he do?
Freeze everyone?
Freeze the flame that's coming.
I mean, but they already do that everywhere they go.
No, but like, you know, like freeze everything solid, you know, it's like you shatter, maybe. That seems like
Iceman.
Like who's a guy in Mortal Kombat who's like not like
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yeah. Basically it's like Sub-Zero dragon.
Okay.
Sub-Zero.
All right, guys, and let's move into, I mean, things have been pretty cold, so let's move into a heartwarming scene on the Greyjoy ship. You love that, DJ. You love that segue. You loved it.
Actually heartwarming.
Yeah,
this is the only incest I found heartwarming.
Yeah, I'm rooting for this incest, but yeah, it was very hot. Them holding hands, you know, and that grip that he was doing. And he finally bent the knees to her and called her his queen. So that's exciting. Like, when are they going to get it on? And
I know.
The sweaty, sexy scars. Oh my god!
I mean,
she liked it. She was like really.
I think she, you know, she's kind of mentioned twice about the whole like, what do you mean you've taken a knife to the heart for your people?
Mm-hmm.
And I think now I don't think she knows that he's been like resurrected, but she knows that he's endured a lot of things for the sake of his people. Yeah. Whether or not, you know, she later learns that he actually for real died and came back. Mm-hmm. And I think right now she's, you know, definitely really sad in a place of pain. And I think it's nice to be with someone who understands what real sacrifice feels like, you know?
John seems to understand how much pain she's in, too. She's very reacted. I'm, you know, deeply apologetic for having put her in that position to lose a dragon. But, yeah, just the
especially because it was his fault.
Yeah, totally. I mean, when she puts out her hand and says, "Come with me if you want to live," you go with her.
Yeah, it said he had to kill.
And so instead, he's out there doing more kills when they have like 3 dragons flying around, killing 30 at a time.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the ship. Yeah, that little connection. I mean, this whole episode kind of solidified in my mind that Dany might be falling for John, just based on like the way she mentioned him.
Especially the conversation she had with
She was watching him sleep. She was watching him sleep. Oh, we actually did not cover that conversation.
Yeah, I had a whole joke about that.
Well, right before Dany goes to rescue John and the others, they have a conversation about is John enough of a hero for Dany, and what does her next successor look like? Mm-hmm. And we've been harping a lot on the fact that Dany can't have children, and this is based upon season 2. After she loses her baby trying to save Khal Drogo, the witch curses her and says that you won't have children again until the sun rises in the west and sets in the east or something. So basically like never. Yeah. Effectively never. But you know, there's fucking ice dragons now, so who knows? Yeah.
Well, maybe when she becomes queen, she can just rename everything. The west and the east instead of the east and the west.
Oh, that's good. I didn't think about that. I mean,
how is yours?
If you guys remember, Jorah, when he gives Longclaw back to Jon, he says, you know, you can pass it on to your children. So I think we're hinting at that, like, maybe Dany might be wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe
she can break the curse, you're saying?
Yeah.
Maybe that, what was she? That Dothraki witch isn't as powerful as we think she might have been.
I mean, I think prophecies are a big part of this show. Mm-hmm. Not a big part, but like kind of how you interpret them. Like Melisandre, like reads a lot of prophecies. Cersei is still holding on to one. Dany is still holding on to one. And I think a lot of people are playing with the idea of like, are our destinies set in stone, or is it a story we're still writing? You know. Mm-hmm. And I, it's like when you read your horoscope. I mean, sometimes I read it and I'm like, dang, this thing is dead on. Mm-hmm. But honestly, you could say anything and it would be probably right. Like if it was like, you're gonna meet a new person today. I mean. Technically, you meet new people all the time on the train in the morning, you know? Like, there's a lot of interpretation. Mm-hmm. So, who knows?
Yeah, she could have a kid. And if she does at this point, I'm seeing a Jon Dany ship going on.
I'm
shipping them hard.
They're on a ship. I mean, that if they're shipped, they're shipped on a ship.
Yeah, she needs a baby daddy for those dragons.
They need a father figure.
Yeah, they do. They're so lost right now.
She can't crown Drogon as her successor. But honestly, King Dragon would be the best way to go.
Okay, well, do you guys have any predictions for next week?
Is next week last week?
Yeah.
This was episode 6?
Yeah.
So episode 7 is it for the season.
Yeah, is that the season finale next?
I think...
A kiss. I predict a kiss.
I just want the crowd, the in-studio crowd.
Just go. Yeah, I would love that. Predictions. Dany's going to meet Cersei. Mm-hmm. Have no fucks left to give. Yeah. Fuck it. Like, we're not here to be nice. Like, I think Dany's, like, done. We're done with this. We're done. We're done.
I think Cersei may surprise us. she's in a desperate position right now, and I'm hoping that when they meet and she sees the White Walker or the Walker that they brought back. Did they bring back a Walker?
Yeah, they got him.
They got him. Yeah, they stapled him on the dragon.
Stapled. Yeah. They have to be careful with that, though. I'm like, you guys, he is the only one you got.
Right. I'm really hoping that Cersei might be able to show some rationality and reasoning, and this series takes the turn that nobody thought it could, and everybody just sets aside their differences to fight the Walkers.
I really hope. I just want to know what happens to Grey Worm. We need to wrap that up. I can't deal with another whole season. We got to go back to Castle Rock.
Yeah. It's my only person of color on my black.
Honestly, I think Dany should have flown back over there anyway and just burned all the Greyjoy ships.
She can do that.
They really
now.
should have done that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tyrion told her not to.
But she could have just gone to get that. She just burned all the ships.
At least to get her army.
Yeah, that would make well.
She did it for that that little group of dudes that she liked a little bit. She could do it for her army, you know.
I think I feel like a better military leader than Tyrion.
Tyrion is an idealist.
Yeah,
and I think the fact that Dany is okay with not being an idealist all the time is a good balance because she doesn't need that in her ear, but she's the one making the shots. She's calling the shots, and she's like not afraid to do what it takes. It's a good thing.
Do you think Dany's going to be impulsive in her meeting with Cersei?
I think everybody's going to be impulsive.
She hasn't yet shown any of that. Like, she's been very reasonable. She had demands, and if they weren't met, she torched them with her dragon. So I don't know, but it's the season finale, so probably.
Probably. Okay, guys. One more.
Yeah, I mean, if Cersei is not able to play nice and work together for this common goal, that's the only thing that really matters at this point. I think Cersei's not going to survive.
Yeah,
she's either going to kill herself somehow, or she's gonna get killed.
I would not be too sad if Cersei wasn't alive next season.
Yeah.
It feels like she's definitely peaked in meanness and just really character's going nowhere at this point.
Yeah.
So
there's no more evolution for this character.
No.
So you don't think she's gonna have the baby?
No.
The witch said she was.
We ain't got time for a baby. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for jumping on this week's podcast with me. I'm really sad that we only have one more, but.
Yeah, how long is the wait gonna be?
Oh God, let's not talk about it.
Hopefully they leak all leak the whole next season.
Yeah, well, thank you guys, and I'll catch you next time.
All right, take it easy.
Take it easy.
Roll through the streets of the city, down from this hill, all the winds and the steps and the cars. We rode to a woman's side, for she was a secret treasure. She was his shame and his bliss, and a chain and a keep are nothing compared to a woman's kiss. For hands of gold are always cold, but a woman's hands are warm. For hands of gold are always cold, but a woman's hands are warm.